Welcome to Zero AD Newbie Rush on Mystic Gym TV, the place for all the best Zero AD action every week. I'm Jim Kogan, and before we get into this week's epic game, if you want to help keep the flow of great Zero AD content coming, please show your support for the channel. Click to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and click on the bell icon to get notified about all future Zero AD Newbie Rush episodes. And without further ado, let's get on with the show. Here we go again. It is our 11th consecutive Sunday game on Zero AD Newbie Rush. And it's a good one. We're back to the purest form of Zero AD, the 1v1 format. And we have two good competitors for you today. In the north of this map, we have... Now, it's another name tricky to pronounce. It's Felix IX or Felixis. I think if he'd have put capital I and X on the end, I'd have gone for Felix IX, or if it's Roman numerals, Felix 9. I'm going to call him Felixis. Felixis. You'll hate me for that. Rating somewhere in the region of 1300 to 1400, we think, playing as the Persians in the red. And as we scroll to the south of this small slopes snowy map, we have the competitor in the south of the map in the blue. It is Alice Sec, rated 1348, playing as the Carthaginians. Alice Sec in the blue. This map, I have not featured it on Newbie Rush before. I've been wanting to have a go at it. I really like it. You get the four lakes full of fish either side, and both competitors have access to those. You get some good wood lines, the usual array of resources nearby, and not very much gap between the teams here. So, and plenty of hunt as well. Let's have a look, see how they're shaking down. Felix is in the north, has gone for a farmstead, has not got the berry upgrade, is building a cavalry stable very early on. That suggests they're going to pretty much set out their stall very early for Cav. Are we going to see a rush? And at the back here we have the remainder of their population, 9 women and 4 infantry chopping wood. No upgrades as yet. The cavalrymen have ignored the chickens and gone straight for the muskox here. The very curious looking... I love the way they skate around. They haven't animated the movements from muskox yet in Zero AD. They just sort of hover, which is cool. Let's have a look at Alice Sec and see how they are doing. Now, here's an interesting one. Alice Sec. Is Alice Sec something of a rarity? A female Zero AD player? Who can say? Who can say? We'll have to call. We'll have to be modern. We'll call them they from now on rather than he or she, because I simply don't know. Alice Sec has moved into farming early, still collecting berries. No farmstead down at this point, so interesting tactic. Everyone else has been building houses and is now going for this small wood line in the north. It's interesting. Felixis went for the well-defended or easy-to-defend wood line at the back, and Alice Sec has gone striding forward and already has an additional cavalry unit out, doing a bit of scouting whilst doing some hunting. We have a barracks up already for Alice Sec, and interestingly, is this scout going to run straight into this... Thought much better of that. I think has sneaked away. Now, this is an important bit of scouting. Alice Sec at this point is now aware that Felixis is pretty much going for cavalry. We can almost certainly see a cavalry rush fairly soon. Is that going to inform Alice Sec enough to respond to that and get some defences in? Alice Sec has just gone with the 2 horses. It's nothing coming out of the CC, nothing coming out of the barracks. So bit. Oh, and an idle soldier outside the barracks. Not good. Population-wise, though, Alisek is still leading, only by 1. So 41 plays 40. It's now gone to 45 for Alisek. Now 45 all. It's changing all the time. However, Alisek has 11 cavalry, plays the 11 infantry, plays the 4 infantry that Felixis has. But in a strange bit of symmetry, Felixis has 11 cavalry. Population's changed hands again. It's now Felixis slightly leading with 50 plays 48. So they're both churning out the troops at a similar rate. It's all women for Felixis at the moment, and horses. So it's going to be a big cav rush when it comes. Women down here for Alisek, and the Libyan spearmen coming out. So it's a good balance between female citizens and spearmen on this ever decreasing wood line. I'd like to see Alisek prepare ahead and look for the next wood line before this is expired. But we have movement. This is 16 median light cavalry, and they are patrolling with bad intentions. You don't ever want to see this as a new 0 AD player. A sizable amount of cavalry coming in. They ignore the wood line at the beginning. They look like they are going to try and make mincemeat of the female citizens doing the farmers. They're taking the long way round. They haven't been detected yet. And, oh dear, so 4 female citizens wandered out straight into the danger zone. And they're now choosing between a couple of cavalry here. They're both dead. And they made light work of 2 spearmen as well. And a little bit slow to react there. And there's no more room in the CC. 20 in the CC already. These 4 female citizens will survive. But that's 7 kills already for Felixis as he disappears into the snowy wasteland. There are 13 spearmen chasing them, so they wouldn't... I think they'd take them, the cavalry, but they would lose a few. He's looking for more targets here in Topwood line. Moved all those spearmen out, and he just went to try and take out all the women. It's now up to 18 kills for the loss of only 2 horses for Felixis. That is, by every metric, a very successful raid, as the bodies litter the battlefield. It's a horrible death pose there. Right, what are the Cav going to do? Are they going to come back in for some more? They haven't really taken a lot of damage. There's 2 casualties. I think they're going to hunt some more muskox now. But that has changed things significantly. Felixis now has the advantage population-wise. He has 68, plays 52. But it's the detriment to Alisek's food collection. Lost quite a few farmers in amongst that. So Alisek is definitely on the back foot. What is Felixis doing? Is he making more... healing up any cav? No, not healing, not producing at the moment. 5 women coming out, so he's carrying on with the farming. It's making fairly long work of this wood line at the back, but it is a substantial wood line. And the food situation. Felixis is supplementing his food with hunt. 16. It's not 16 now, is it? How many? It's 14 cavalry now after the 2 deaths there, obviously. But they are going to keep the food ticking over nicely and keep the production going. It is 85 plus 62. Interestingly, Alisek has upped the infantry numbers. 27 infantry. Hasn't attempted to replenish the cavalry of his own. I think that's a mistake. Having having lost a few farmers and being somewhat behind. It's sort of level in terms of the development. There's roughly the same amount of fields, but all of those farmers had to be put into the CC, and a few were killed. It would really help Alisec's development, considering he's constantly in the red with the food. It would help if you could hunt this muskox that are nearby. There is so much hunt on this map. It seems something of a folly not to go in for at least a small amount of cavalry. Two horses would supplement their food collection no end. Alisec has deviated to a second wood line, going further forward again. I'm not sure about this tactic. I think a slightly more defensive posture might have been prudent here. They have gone for this wood line on the side. There are 7 infantry there. 13 infantry, 1 woman there, and 8 infantry there, as the Cav are shaping up for another run. It's 20 of them this time. This is worrying. So we see Felix's is spreading. I think this could be a dock and fishing. So further food income coming in, and the cavalry have gone to try and take over this barracks. I don't know if they're going to get. They're not going to get the capture before all these cavalry run in, although they lost a female citizen. It's now 19 kills for Felixis, and there are 10 cav in that barracks not dealing with this. This is a bit of a closer fight, but not so. It's more kills, 22 kills, plays 6. They are definitely hassling and disrupting Alisec's development no end. It's now got 14 infantry here. The 10 are still in the barracks. I don't think all 10 need to be in there. Where are the cavalry going now? They are just biding their time, waiting for an opening. And again, we've got 4 female citizens stood here idle. You might as well paint big targets on their faces at this point. I don't think they're going to live long. As the cavalry sweep across, it's a wide line. Are they going to arc back in for the fields? They go right round the blind side. Alisec has not responded at all. This is the most vulnerable open side. You would have to question why Alisec didn't put maybe a watchtower here, get at least 1 male citizen into the CC to get some arrows coming out of it. More kills, 40 kills, 41. And it's a slaughter at the moment. Every time Alisec tries to get their economy in order, the horsemen of doom come riding in. It's looking pretty one-sided at this moment. Interesting though, Alisec has phased up with 71 population. Felix is still at phase 1, but very effective phase 1 for Felixis from this kill count. Takes down, I think that was going to be an extra barracks. This could be a bit more of a bit more of an interesting clash. The horses have had to retreat. They've lost a few now. It's 43 kills versus 11, so they got a few more horses. Again, bloodied horse corpses littering the battlefield, but they've come back in. They're trying to capture a storehouse, thinking better of that as more of the spear infantry come in. And it was a market that they destroyed, so even setting back Alisec's phase 2 buildings is Felixis has now phased up. We also have, I'm trying to keep an eye on the cavalry. They've gone to a quiet part, but they're being pursued by infantry. So we'll keep an eye on that when we have a look at what else Felixis has been up to. We have a dock. We have fishing boats on the way. Tons and tons of fish in this in these little lakes here. Do we have one on the other side? Not yet. The initial wood line has been exhausted, and a good little development there, and moved on to the second and third wood line. That is That's a barracks going up. All horses have sneaked around the back again. There are fewer of them now. There's only 11. And fewer soft targets. But the big soft target's always going to be the farmers here. What is this? Third rush now, I think. Third consolidated rush. More horses over on the left-hand side of the map. For Felixus. He's really gone in for the cavalry. Just keeping an eye to see if the cavalry have moved in again. Not yet. We're seeing phase 2 buildings coming up now. Let's have a look. No phase 2 buildings up yet for Felixus. Not even a market. In come the cavalry again. They are going for the 9 infantry there. They thought better of that. We have miners here they could try to avoid. They're going in for farmers again. And again, Alisek was a little bit slow to move them out. There was at least 2 victims there. 45 kills now. For the loss of just another horse that time. So 12 in total killed by Alisek. Not as effective, but it took the farmers out again. And Alisek is definitely behind in the food stakes. And the population gap has opened up very wide. It's 159 for Felixus, plays 91. Both are in phase 2. And where have the cavalry gone? Have they gone to do some hunting over this side? They might be healing up a little. Not healing any of the cavalry. I think it's just generating more cavalry. So that is going to be the pattern of the game here. I think Felixus knows he's got the upper hand massively after those initial raids. We are now seeing blacksmith, market, and some houses for Felixus. Taking his time. It's not a race. We have tower going up at the front of the base here. In the meantime, rather belatedly, Alisek is putting up towers. We have 2 of them. Do we have any more? Oh, 3 towers. Sadly, a little too late, I think. Even phase 1, I think the little watchtowers, the little sentry towers would have been more effective, especially if they've been garrisoned. And we see it quite a lot. Get some infantry in the CC if you're being raided, and you are at least dealing out damage to the raiders. They can't just roll into your fields and slaughter your farmers with sort of relative immunity. More towers going up. We're now getting tower overcompensation, I think, from Alisek. Very defensive minded. I think. I don't think that's going to help much. There's not much in it infantry-wise. It's 72 versus 84 for Felixus. But overall population, it's a huge gap. It's 109 plays 150. And that kill count is very significant. It looks like Felixus is pretty much smashing it in terms of all the resources. We have another cavalry stables going up. Well, if you're putting up cavalry stables, you know there's going to be a lot more cavalry coming, and there is an enormous amount of cavalry just pooling together here. What have we got? It's another 22 horses about to give poor Alisek another headache here. As more barracks going up on the borders. Have we got many phase 2 buildings, or phase 3, yeah, phase 2 buildings for Alisek. Alisek has enough buildings to phase up, but not enough resources, lacking metal and stone quite considerably as well. Mining operations are enforced, no storehouse nearby, and I don't think there's many storehouse upgrades being taken. The horses are just deciding who to attack first. We have a group of 20 infantry there. We have a small soft target of 10 infantry over there. Horses are coming in. They are making a beeline, and they're seeing the towers now. They're going in for the farmers. The towers are not garrisoned. Not even a single. They've got the watchtower, the lookout upgrades, but more kills. 55, 56. It's going up all the time. 56 kills now for Felixis. And again, very, very slow response from Alisek. They are just coming in and causing chaos, and the farmers are still garrisoned. So no food coming in at the moment, and everywhere I look, Felixis just seems to have more and more horses. But this is interesting. This is pretty even fights. We're now 12 cav versus 9 spearmen, and I think the spearmen have got the drop on this. I think Felixis has been distracted and not realised the cav are getting slaughtered. This has somewhat reduced the deficit. That's now 34 kills, plays the very supreme 65 kills for Felixis, 34 kills for Alisek. But the difference in population, Felixis has just been building infantry now. It's 193, 99 are infantry, and 6 now remaining cavalry. So his cavalry has been somewhat decimated. It plays 121 for Alisek. Similar, in fact almost identical amounts. I have to get close to see. And the colours in red, I can barely read it. It looks like almost identical amounts of infantry. But Felixis is back up to 16 cavalry. It is a horse production line. It's been really good. Are we seeing any upgrades? Are anybody's troops getting more dangerous? I know they've both got a blacksmith. No upgrades for Alisek. That could be a problem. I'll find it there. Well, we have, naturally, as you would expect, cavalry armor and the top level of cavalry armor, because Felixis has phased up to phase 3. This is ominous. Food and infrastructure is all taken care of. There are fishing boats, there is extensive farming. I think there is still hunt going on, and there is now 21 cavalry. Are we going to see a fortress very soon? We already have a fortress right in the middle there. Nothing coming out of it yet, but they can see each other, and Alisek will certainly be watching this very closely. More cav coming in, lots of them. Still no garrison towers for Alisek. The cav are just hunting the last of the muskox. Can Alisek do anything? Are they close to phasing up? They are indeed phasing up. So a minute away from the city phase, hammering the market as well to try and get extra funds. Any upgrades? No upgrades at all. That is not good. So you can bet your life that Felixis will certainly be. I know it looks like Felixis is settled for the horse armor upgrade. But we have rams coming out shortly of the fortress. I think Felixis is shaping up for a definitive strike. It could well be the conclusive battle in this match. A new CC going up on the side here. Is Alisek aware of this? Not at all. It's still in the dark. How many rams coming out now? So more in production. There is the first of the rams. There will be others. And we're seeing infantry movements. They're going for CC on the other flank now, as the cav come in, and it is the largest contingent yet. 31 cavalry, and in comes a ram. What does Alisek do? The spearmen have nearly killed the ram, but whilst that was going on, another raid is going after the miners this time. It's extra kills happening here. but we are seeing Felix's forces descending from all angles now. I think they're just... how many horses?
Yeah, see?
So there's 31 down there, and a further contingent of 15 over there. And we're going to have a big lot of infantry coming soon. The horses are being chased. They're pulling the spearmen.
Yeah, see?
And it is all spearmen. Yeah, it's all spearmen. No other infantry units at all. So everywhere Alisek goes, he's going to run into Felix's army in some shape or form as more cav come in. And they are a lot stronger now, this cav. They are not going to take a bit of a pasting like they did earlier at the hands of the spearmen. They are tougher. They are. Well, it's a hard fight, but we're seeing again fighting in the shadow of an ungarrisoned tower. So you're not going to be getting any kills that way. You're not going to be weakening your opponent. And Rams coming in from the north. So it's a three phases of battle there. These forces have gradually been whittled down, but not much to stop these Rams at the moment. We have Anatolian auxiliaries and shield bearers, so stronger troops. And if we look over this side, this has turned into a bit of a slaughter, just the sheer numbers. Population now, it's, oh my goodness, 140 kills for Felix's plays 64. Population of 293 plays population of, is that 87 or 97? It's 87. And the Rams are now unopposed. They are going to be ripping through. I think this is the end, to be perfectly honest. I don't think that Alisek has any resources to produce any new people. And as we look at this, it is going horribly wrong for Alisek. Still has a small contingent of 27 at the south of the map. But what can they do? Not a lot. They are taking down the towers that weren't garrisoned anyway. They've left the farms alone for the minute. I think they're just going to weaken the whole infrastructure. Capturing towers, storehouse, and there are 4 troops in that barracks. But they go for tower deep inside Alisex's base. And the north, more cavalry coming in. This is a ridiculous. We have 73 cavalry for Felix's on the map at this present moment. That is far more cavalry than anybody would want to deal with, even when you're at full capacity. And Alisek is almost certainly nowhere near full capacity. And this is a whole mix of infantry and cav. It's a mix of everything coming in now. The farmers have retreated into the CC, but there is nothing to stop the Rams. Are we going to see a resignation? Not yet. I think the suicide charge. Here come the forlorn hope that is the last of Alisek's infantry. More troops pouring forward for Felixis. He knows that the power is with him. I think Alisek knows the game is up. Down to population of... Is that population of actual 0? No. Oh, Alisek has indeed resigned. So that is the end. So pretty brutal ending when it came there. You have to say it was telegraphed from some way out. Absolutely staggering amount of cavalry raised by Felixis. Congratulations to him. And I think that disguised rating belies a rating somewhere higher, possibly as high as 1500. Difficult to say. But I think it all began it was pretty evens. It all began with that first very decisive raid. We could see it right there, and each one of these lines represents a raid, and they were all pretty successful, apart from that little bit where Felixis took his eye off the ball and the spearman got a bit of revenge. But it was a hollow victory. It was short-lived. We look at the kill-death ratio, 3 to 1 for Felixis. Kill-death ratio of 0.36 for Alisek. Never really became a fighting force in that game. Was not allowed to be. And early raids, you've got to defend them well. Maybe a few extra towers, faster reactions, possibly picking a first wood line that was in a more defensive position. There's a lot of things that I think Alisek, when looking at this replay, will wish they'd have done differently. It probably could have done differently. But you live and you learn. So Felixis, definitely a dark horse. See what I did there. Felixis probably a far better than their estimate of the average suggested, but a pretty resounding victory, driven by the cavalry, and a really good display. Thanks for watching this episode of 0AD Newbie Rush. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified about all future episodes. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles containing the top 0AD Newbie Rush shows. Also, be sure to check out the video description below for all the essential links, including where you can download and play 0AD yourself, and check out some other great 0AD themed YouTube channels, plus details of how you can submit a replay of one of your games to be featured in a future episode. But that's all for now. I'll see you next time.